Hi, this is Professor Bingle. Let's review the Fitt Principle as it relates to cardiovascular exercise. The Fitt Principle stands for frequency, intensity, time, and type. In order to improve cardiovascular fitness, we'll use the Fitt Principle. You must progressively overload your current ability to improve fitness. The Fitt Principle represents a way for us to prescribe the appropriate exercise program for any given individual. The overload principle is probably the most important idea in exercise and training. Simply stated, the body will adapt to the workload placed upon it. The more you do, the more you'll be capable of doing. This is how all improvements occur in fitness and athletics. The body is an amazing machine. When we perform cardiovascular training, we ask the heart, respiratory system, and exercising muscles to do work they have not previously done. This will encourage the body to make changes to better handle the stress of exercise in the future. Frequency, how often you will exercise. We must balance the goals of incorporating enough frequency to create adaptation, but enough rest to allow the process of building and repairing to occur. Research has shown that the best balance for most people is 3 to 5 times a week. For the general population, the number one excuse people will use not to exercise is, "I don't have the time." It is unlikely that most people will exercise more than 3 times a week. Beginners probably shouldn't exercise more than 3 times a week. Fitness enthusiasts and athletes will perform cardio 5 times a week, sometimes more. Intensity is defined as the amount of effort that must be completed during a bout of exercise. This too requires a good balance. Exercise should be hard enough to overload the body, but not high enough to cause overtraining and injury. As discussed in class, the ACSM recommendations are to work at 65 to 90% of your maximum heart rate, 50 to 85% of your heart rate reserve, 12 to 16 RPEs, or rating of perceived exertion, 6 to 10 METs, or to use the talk test. Remember, when using the talk test, if you can speak in complete paragraphs about something interesting that happened over the weekend, you're probably not working hard enough. If you can barely spit out your name, you may be working too hard. Time, the next factor to consider. How long should each session last? This obviously varies according to the type and intensity of the exercise. Time is inversely proportional to intensity. If I'm performing at my max, I can't continue for very long. For example, when I do Tabata training, I'm not able to perform at this insane intensity for more than 20 seconds. During long, slow distance training, I might exercise for 2 hours, but the intensity is relatively quite low. Type. Cardiovascular fitness involves the rhythmic use of large muscle groups for an extended period of time. Examples, as we all know, would be running, swimming, basketball, Zumba, biking, kickboxing, probably not golf, probably not baseball. Some people add another letter to the equation, another F for fun. Exercise you enjoy is exercise that you will do. When you begin working in the industry as a personal trainer, a physical therapist, the most important thing is to get people moving and tap into their enjoyment. They'll be happy with your services and they'll see good results. A few other principles of fitness include specificity. It's pretty obvious. Make sure your workout matches your goals. SAID stands for specific adaptation to imposed demand. If you're trying to improve 5K time, focus on shorter distance and speed. Marathons, you're going to train with long, slow distances most of the time. Only the parts of your body that you'll use will improve. Progression. We can't increase all the factors at once. That would be nuts. Don't increase frequency and time in the same workout. Make a gradual, logical plan. Reversibility is my least favorite. Use it or lose it. Unfortunately, if you stop exercising, you'll lose the benefits. When you go on vacation, if you're injured, if you're busy at work, you'll lose most of the benefits from the previous workouts. The good news is, when you start working out again, you can get them back. Recovery. This is sometimes overlooked, particularly in the college population. We try to get in as much as possible. Sometimes we want to lift as much weight as possible, burn as many calories as possible. If we don't allow for rest and recovery, our bodies can't perform as well in the future. Here ends the Fitt Principle review.